What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And yeah, you can see this particular tweet that's here from this guy called Toure. This thing has been going viral. I've seen it on Facebook. I've seen it on YouTube. I've seen it on Twitter, people talking about it and commenting about it. Because right now, everybody's trying to define the word woke, okay? Because everybody uses it, but nobody seems to have like a firm definition of what the word means, right? And this guy says at this point, woke is a slur. The way the right uses it is an undercover way of saying those people or non-white people. It's a polite way of saying the N-word, but this look, I've already read this like 5 or 6 times, and I laugh every damn time I read this stupid ass quote. It's a polite way of saying the N-word, but in this case, the N-word includes blacks, LGBTQ folks, and other marginalized groups. No, it doesn't, you idiot. All right, this guy is a moron. But because everybody is out here trying to define this word, I thought I would throw in my own definition. Now, my definition strictly speaks about Hollywood because I always talk about woke Hollywood, and I'm just going to keep it limited to that. All right, but I do think it kind of applies in other areas, but I'm just strictly referring to Hollywood. And why do I use the term woke Hollywood? What does the woke in woke Hollywood mean? And to be honest with you, it does kind of have a couple of different meanings. Now, let me say the first original word, like the word woke, it just kind of meant aware of society and all the problems, okay? The idea is that, you know, on the surface, society looks nice and friendly and everything's wonderful, everything is awesome, right? But when you dig deep, okay, when you go down deep, there's like these untold truths of how society really is and how horrible it is down depths, okay? The nasty, ugly side of the world, okay? And basically when you become aware of that or awakened to that, you are woke, okay? And you know, then you're supposed to want to do something about it or whatever, okay? That's what the word used to mean, all right? But now the word kind of means something different. In my opinion, it absolutely has changed definitions, and you can blame the progressives for this, okay? And the push for SJW, social justice warrior content all over the internet. Everywhere you look, somebody's pushing some kind of an agenda in your face. And so you can blame the progressives for taking this word woke and turning it into a pejorative. So to me, like the woke in woke Hollywood, it just means fake sanctimonious self-righteousness, all right? Okay, it's talking about like box checking. You know, Hollywood has to do certain things. We got to check boxes. All right. That's to me is just as woke as it gets. All right. It's trying to hit like that ESG score because you don't really care about the topics. Okay. You're just trying to hit the ESG score. All right. And you basically want to push an ideology for no other reason than to just appear better to other people, all right? It's kind of like religion, right? You got a guy, every week he goes and he gets dressed up and he goes into a church or a temple or a synagogue or whatever, and he doesn't give one damn about that religion, okay? He lives his life some other kind of way, all right? He's performing the rituals, he's going through the motions, all right? But he doesn't really care, all right? This is what good people do, all right? Like that mindset, that mentality, right? So you got entertainment companies that pander to the social justice ideologies of 2023 because this is what good companies do. And then for the people they're pandering to, wokeness is just victimhood, or I should say wannabe victimhood, all right? I want to be a victim, okay? Or I am a victim. I'm a victim of society. You know, you're actually a victim because of your own choices and decisions, all right? But I got to blame somebody else. I'm not blaming me. So I'm going to call myself a marginalized person, all right? Because of the system, all right? That's basically where wokeness comes from both sides of the equation. For example, what do I always talk about on this channel? Race swaps, all right? Hollywood DEI initiatives are not interested whatsoever in highlighting or building up black culture, okay? What does Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, right, or The Little Mermaid and Ariel have to do with the people that are race swapped, all right? What does this have to do with the black community or the culture in the black community? Absolutely nothing, okay? It's just skin swapping for the sake of it. And the people that ask for this crap, I need to see myself in these established popular characters. Otherwise, I feel marginalized. And then if you disagree with this, or you try to point out like, you know, actually blackwashing is like racism, you know, on a different level, you know, okay, it's just kind of insulting as well, all right? Oh, no, you're the racist, you're the bigot, okay? You're the one that needs to be checked, all right? Not these idiots doing this crap. Or also, for example, you got feminism, right? You seen the whole girls get it done storytelling. Look, I loved this moment in The Boys because it was so on the nose as far as what's wrong with the storytelling of the whole girls get it done movement, all right? And honestly, it's not even really the major issue because girls can get it done if you want to say that, okay? It's really the masculine women that they keep throwing in our faces in these movies, all right? It's become almost a cultural staple of entertainment now. And what you can tell in a lot of cases is they're just writing male characters and then they're just casting an actress to play that character, okay? Because these actresses or these characters don't come off as feminine whatsoever, okay? So it's like they got, yeah, girls get it done, but it's like you're just changing women into men, all right? Or you're changing men into women, however you want to look at it, whichever way you want to look at it, all right? And it comes off as, again, phony, fake, and dumb. And then you have like the sex positivity from Hollywood being pushed on kids. I mean, this is like one of the worst things about all of this crap, right? She-Hulk director wanted to make a sex positive show that kids could also watch. Why? Why do you want to push this in the face of children? I don't understand. But this, again, is part of the woke culture, okay? They want to make sure that everything that they do, all right, is pushing an ideology, okay? It's pushing a lifestyle that absolutely most people would disagree with, all right? But nevertheless, this is what it is. And then when you call it woke and you say it's garbage, okay, you get called out. You get called a misogynist. You say, oh, you're an incel or whatever the case may be. No, it's not that at all, okay? You people are sick and disgusting. That's the problem. And then on top of that, they have to nerf all the male characters, right? To make them either simps or moronic idiots or just completely useless, right? They have to emasculate men so that the women can be elevated. That's one of the biggest issues. And then you have like the feminists who complain that toxic males aren't giving them any opportunities, but then they fail to address all the women who have had nothing but success in this industry, okay, by just being good at their jobs, all right? Just by being solid directors, solid actors, solid producers, or whatever the case may be, right? Like Patty Jenkins recently when she was complaining, oh, they didn't nominate any women for Best Director, even though like back-to-back Best Director Oscars went to women, all right? Again, equality and fairness, that's really not good enough for them, okay? They want to be the future bosses of the world. They must dominate the industry. That's the only way it's going to make any sense to them. And then when you call it out and you say, well, you know, this particular character that you wrote, this feminist character is kind of a joke, all right? Here's a better example of a strong female character. This is probably where you should have been this entire time, all right? Or if you highlight, hey, you know, plenty of women have won Oscars, Patty, all right? You know, and it's the last couple of years. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Oh, somehow you are a sexist and a misogynist. And then you get to like the, you know, the LGBTQ rights, you get to the trans rights or whatever with Hogwarts Legacy, right? Where like people were crying about how trans people were being bullied by J.K. Rowling. And then they became the bullies themselves, okay, by attacking people online, giving them death threats, you know, making their channels go down, trying to cause all kinds of chaos just because people wanted to play a game. You know, like that kind of crap is definitely under the banner of woke ideology, all right? Well, we're standing up for trans rights. No, you're not. No, you're not, okay? You're just basically trying to bully people into submission. That is a standard woke tactic. I was explaining this to somebody the other day, that progressives want power in a society where they feel powerless, all right? That's like the whole point of progressivism, all right? And you know, this culture, we're talking about Western culture, it has a blueprint for success. You just got to follow it, okay? It has a blueprint for success, and you just got to walk through it. Here's the path. Just go ahead and walk down that path, and you'll achieve some level of success. It may not be the success you want, but you'll achieve some level of success. And they go, that's too hard, okay? No, I can't do that because I actually have to be good. I have to train myself up. I have to garner skills, okay? I have to beat on my craft and learn and master those skills, okay? I can't just walk in here and actually just get stuff handed to me magically and just become great at something. No, I actually have to put in some work. I actually have to show some merit. And if I lose, I have to dust myself off and try again and again and again, as many successful people have done throughout the years, okay? They don't want to do that, all right? So they have found a different way. I have found the pathway. It's called victimhood. You know what I mean? I have found the path of victimhood because there's way more losers than winners in society. All right. So if I say myself, oh, I'm a victim. Okay, I'm a victim of all of these forces that are outside of my control. Okay, I have now created a fake culture of victimhood, and that is why wokeness has become dominant in pop culture. Because it started out going down like one path, like, yeah, these are things in society that we just want to kind of get rid of. Okay, this is not good for us. All right, and it started off with that, and then it turned into everybody's a damn victim. Okay, everybody's, we're all marginalized people. You just don't know it yet. And see, and then what Hollywood does is they play upon all of that crap, all right? It goes right back to the self-righteousness of Hollywood trying to pander to victims through their content, all right? Or their hiring practices, okay? But then what Hollywood quickly sees, this stuff doesn't actually work, then they just dump it. Like Netflix, okay? Like they hired this entire department, ta-dum, or whatever they want to call it, all right? And they focused on the DEI stuff that they wanted to push. And at the moment that the costs got too much and they had to cut back costs because their stock was taken, the first people to go were these dudes at ta-dum. And that's because they only brought them in for the woke virtue signaling. That was it. Like, check this out. So like there were writers on this website, right? And they said the site is still up, but one team of 10 to 12 writers and editors were laid off. They worked on the culture and trends section of Tadum. They are experienced journalists who previously worked for Vulture, Vice, Teen Vogue, and New York Times. All leftist woke rags. All right. But some were book authors and had their own pop culture podcast. Most, if not all of the team were Black, Latinx, I still don't know how to pronounce that word, or Asian women. They went very out of their way to hire high-level journalists of color who have quite a bit of name recognition and a lot of experience and talent. In some ways, they were just buying clout to lend credibility to their gambit. That's all they were doing, okay? Virtue signaling. That's it. We recorded pretty aggressively. They sold us on the most amazing thing that you could want as a culture journalist or entertainment journalist. They just sold something that seemed impossible everywhere else because it is, okay? And the biggest selling point was the pay. But in the short time the website has been around, they said the vision and strategy has changed. Why? Because Netflix started losing stock price and money, and they started going down the tubes. They started tightening up little by little. And then it just became clear it's a content marketing job, essentially. That would have been fine from the get-go if they made that clear. But y'all never would have came over there if they made that clear. They wanted your names only, all right? But then once they realized they had to shift courses, okay, because all of this woke crap isn't doing anything for the bottom line, first ones to go, all right? Y'all up out of here. Goodbye, all right? Again, that's the doctrine of wokeness, okay? These people don't really give a damn about this stuff, all right? They just do it to win the brownie points and get their ESG scores up, and that's it. And the thing about it, you see that people can spot a phony, okay? Like, people see straight through all of this. Well, at least the right does. I can't say anything about the left. But the right, we see through the bullshit, okay? We know exactly what's happening here, all right? And all of these entertainment companies, okay? The Netflixes and the Disneys and everybody else up under the sun, all right? They only give, like, the most, like, surface level, superficial acknowledgement or acceptance to this crap, okay? Because they're just, quote unquote, doing what good companies do. That's it. They're just trying to be good companies, good little companies in 2023, all right? And they don't want to get canceled or whatever. And the woke people, oh yeah, they're our allies. No, they're not. They're not your allies at all, okay? You guys have bought into it, but that's why we laugh at you, okay? That's why it's become a pejorative. That's why we laugh at you, okay? Because you guys have bought into their BS. They bought into yours. You've bought into them. We're just sitting on the sidelines cracking up and laughing and making jokes about it, okay? We like stomping on this stuff because it's as fake and as phony as y'all are. Anyway, folks, what do you think about this situation? The definition of woke, in my terminology for woke Hollywood. You guys go ahead and let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments below. Give me your thoughts and your opinions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.